All right, let's get this rolling. We don't need to wait till it's on the hour. Come on now. We always run out of time as is. Let's go ahead and swap things over. Good morning, my friends. Hello and welcome. Welcome to this week's Hunting Lodge. My name is Jackson Beard. If we haven't met before, where you been? Welcome. Good to have you here, guys. This is the official Expansive Worlds Hunting Lodge stream for the Hunter Call of the Wild. We do it every week, every single Tuesday. I saw the comments in chat. It is the official stream. And every Wednesday is the Angler. If you want to come on out for a fish, it's very similar vibes, very similar community, entirely different game. So what are we doing this week? Well, I thought we'd have a little bit of fun. There's been a conversation I've noticed kind of floating around loosely. Just talking about different reserves, talking about the different animals in reserves, where it's best to hunt this, where it's best to hunt that. And I'd seen a handful of comments of, there's no whitetail on Mississippi. And I thought, boy, let's go take a look, shall we? All right, so we're going to go ahead and change the time before we get into things. We're going to actually have a little chit chat here in a moment, but let's just take a look. Something I want to point out that I feel that I haven't seen anybody talk about. But every time I jump in now, ever since our last update, the cost to change time is a whole lot more. Is it just me? Is it just me? Anyhow, we'll go ahead. We'll hit that button. 8:30 is a good time to get going. They start at 8. If you want to find them at drink times, go to 11, I believe, or noon. 11, I do believe. And the beautiful thing about them is, well, they're whitetails. What more need I say? I mean, pretty good to be back on Mississippi. Not too shabby at all. So, this is kind of, and I just said this last week in the Angler too, Expansive Worlds, we set a pace, let me tell you. We're doing things a little differently this year, trying new things out, but this really is the calm before the storm. We have a lot of things planned, a lot of things coming up. We actually have some fun little events, some events that are going to overlap, and you know with the Hunter, when we have these little events come out, well, you get some pretty cosmetics and stuff to go with it, some fun missions, and we'll see how it goes. So keep your eyes peeled. This is very, very soon. And that's just going to lead us right into all of our happenings. We have some really interesting things coming down the pipe, and I think you guys will be quite happy with it. Okay, so where are we going to go before we start talking too much? Let's get on trajectory. Now, whitetail on this map, they're omnipresent through the entirety of this, so even a little bit up top. But my favorite spot, really honestly, is along the eastern side of the map. You do get them over here. Great spot down over this way. Lots of great locales for them. I know it's a very, well, it's probably one of the more popular great ones out there, is the whitetail being our first great one. And a lot of folks have not really found their groove on this map, I feel. But it actually flows quite nicely if you're looking to do a grind. But let's just go and take a little walkabout and see what we can find. Not so much of a focus on the hunt, although I kind of need to punch my ticket, if you know what I'm saying. I'm a little like, is it hunting season yet? Wrong time of year. Cosmetics are good and stuff, but enough of them. Let's get new species on maps. It doesn't really work like that, Kevin. You see, we have many different disciplines within the craft that is our developers. If you would rather our artists just sit and wait for the next project and not put any fun cosmetics out, I don't think that would be a popular opinion. Cosmetics were one of the biggest requests we have from our community. The team has absolutely embraced it. And the fact that we're getting a lot of this stuff and just as seasonal events, I love that they're putting their time into that. It's just a way to give back to the community. And it's a big part of the game for a lot of people. So everyone's entitled to their opinion. But yeah, that's where that's at. These things, the way they work it is, as our artists can't work on coding a new map or a new weapon, that sort of thing. And so they're very good at working their time and how they go about this. I think it's been a great mission, personally. Since the weather got fixed on Mississippi, it's a great map for almost every species, especially raccoons on trash cans. They're hard to find, is it not? Hey, to find those raccoons on the trash can is a little hard to find. Wind's not great with the direction I'm going. I guess we could tuck, and let's tuck down. We'll tuck down and come back up. Try to keep that wind favorable. What up, Harold? How you doing, man? Snail, hello, sir. Good to see you. Map clues, please. Yes, please. Give me some clues. I already know what it is, but we're too soon to be talking about a reserve, so I really can't give you anything on that yet. Hey, is there any plan to fix reindeer and other animal scorings that are currently not working great? They're actually working as intended. They have a very wide range of scoring, but they're on point. It's a little wonky when you compare to others, but that's kind of what makes them original, you know. But yeah, no, it's working as intended, my friend. You know, if you want to make a post in the forums on how you think maybe it could be improved, but it's not broken. They are working as intended. Love to hear it, Ethan Wang. Beautiful, my friend. Beautiful. Love to hear it. RAF, hello. Welcome. Good to see you. Thank you for coming out, dude. List some achievement-related cosmetics. Yes, I would too. And I think that's a great idea, and I would love to see that blow up in the Discord. I'm just saying. Can I give you a time frame? I can't. Unfortunately, it's not something that we have currently to give. I can tell you that you know, there's something coming before that, and we're very, very close, and it's going to surprise you guys. And this one is extremely useful. You guys are going to be a very large contingent of our community that's going to get rather excited on this next one. So I'm looking forward to it. But there's a lot happening right now. Our team actually, we've cracked the code. There's been a reoccurring issue that has happened with these animals teleporting along the waterways. And it doesn't happen to everybody. It doesn't happen all the time. But when it does, man, is it frustrating. And it looks like they've done something drastically different. And it's going through some serious testing right now. And that coupled with something else that I'm probably not supposed to talk about. But it has to do with creating... oh, man, can I even say this? I'm going to get in trouble. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to give you guys something. There's an improvement coming, and I don't want to hype it up because I don't think it's something that should be hyped up, but it's going to have an impact. So it needs a lot of testing. It has to do with occasionally some rifles pulling a bit to the side and stuff. They've redone some systems. It's impressive what they've done, and I think they need some acclaim for it. So there's some major testing happening right now that really needs to fall into place. And then we're going to align some timelines, and then we'll be able to share some more concrete stuff with you guys. But, you know, I'd like to be as transparent as we can. I just wish I could. Honestly, I'd love to be able to give you guys dates on stuff, but we don't have them. We don't have them because there's a need to make sure everything is right, working properly, and that we don't create any more issues, you know, and that's just part of game development, obviously. So, yeah, stay tuned. Stay tuned. More to come. Discord link doesn't open. Oh, it might just be, sometimes, it's funny like that. I've had it happen where sometimes a link won't open on desktop, but it'll open on mobile, and vice versa. It's a Discord issue. We can't change the links, but if that one's not working, there's, we have a few different links out there, but in the description of the YouTube video, definitely there's one, and that'll be the same that's in all the other videos. What are you? I don't know. Don't look. That's not what we're after. Man, I get distracted by shiny things. Sounds like a scope update might be in the works this summer. That would be cool. That's something that I know that we've all asked for, we all want, and it would be a great addition to the game. But no, it's not scopes. It's not scopes. It's just fundamental systems that they're doing some incredible work on. What's the best weapon for red deer? In my opinion, I'm a big fan of the 7mm Malmer. The 308 Zarza will do the trick. It's a little bit lighter. And at times, I will swap to the 7mm. I just think it's a great option. It's kind of the most bang for your buck. It's got a little more oomph, and really that oomph is what you want when trying to drop things. Okay, let's just take our time. I'm in no rush here, so we'll just slowly work our way on out. Did you see the way the hunter red deer there? Gorgeous. Love to hear it, man. Good. You want my personal opinion, come to my personal streams. As far as us at Expansive Worlds, we're rooting for him, man. We're rooting for him. We need as much awareness in this genre as we can get. And, you know, it's, I hope that they can get some hype back in there and get the folks back in there. Cause, yeah, we're behind them. 303 British for me. I love the rifles. Oh, what are we asking? Jump on north. 7mm for red deer is like peanut butter to jelly. It's like shooting peanut butter or jelly. Is that what you're saying? The 7mm works just fantastic on those red deer. It really does. it's just a beast. The 308 Zarza, though, it just performs. It is such a good rifle. It's it's part of the modern rifle weapon pack, and it's just incredible. All right, what do we got going down? I kind of like the approaches on a lot of the lakes here in Mississippi, especially this terrain on the east side of the map where it gets a little hillier. It's very unique. It makes me want to go here and hunt this area. It really does. It's party. It's party. Hello, I'm a fairly new player. I've heard people say if you start killing animals before you discover all their drink zones, the population will not be correct and won't populate properly. Is this true? 100% not true. There's so many misunderstandings about need zones. They should be more focused on home ranges. Your animal population is your animal population. We have seen over time discovering lots of need zones can help with a slight increase, but not enough that you're really going to notice it. You don't need to go around and find all your need zones. It's a good idea to explore the entirety of your map. And a lot of veteran players will tell you if you're out looking for something specific, say whitetail, like here on Mississippi, it is a good idea to locate them all because you never know what's lurking already on your map when you first start. Like there could be a possible diamond there. But you don't need to discover these zones. It will not affect your gameplay. Your population, it's mostly the same on every reserve. The numbers just vary for the particular species. So yeah, it's tough. There's a lot of misinformation floating around out there. There is. So you can come here, you can ask for your first-hand response from the dev team, and I'll let you know. We'll crack those myths. Come on, don't bark at me. I want to get down to this waterway. I'm hoping we're going to have something lurking around here. We'll work our way around and come up, check through here. We'll check these lakes. Maybe we'll hit the coast. You get some good action inland, too, but, time always runs short. We only get an hour each week here. If we ever get Africa 2.0, please, no rhinos, but elephants. Yes, please. Really? No rhinos? I respect your opinion, my friend. I would love rhinos, I'm just saying. For red deer, a game of that size, I prefer the 303 British. It's a touch light, right? It's a touch light. You're down in like the same range as the 30-06 using an M1. It'll do the trick. It'll absolutely do the trick. They're not like super beefy. I prefer to get the most oomph, the most caliber allowed, right? You get more stopping power that way, means less tracking, That's a nice one to first lay our eyes on. Look at that girl right there. Well, it doesn't matter what else is at that lake. We got a beautiful albino on screen. Let's go. All right, so we got good wind right now. We'll just take our time and move up. We'll see what else is here, but that's a nice little tasty treat first thing in the morning. Oh, look at you. Look at you standing right there. Oh, man. Well, we clearly have to shoot you first, and then we shoot you. Oh, that's a great way to start the day. All right. Well, let's just pop in. Let's cock it and rock it right from here, baby. We're going to go with the 308. We'll zero it in for 300 meters. And, dang, that's beauty. Don't you dare. Look at coming in for the blockers, right? Oh, no, we're not going to get it. I don't like taking the moving shots. I'm not a fan. I think we got a hold of it enough. Oh, well, it'll go down. It wasn't the beautiful thing, but we made the important shot. Is it a potential diamond first thing in the freaking morning? Man alive. Now, I don't know where you are in the world, and I would love to see it in chat because we have some incredible reach here in our community. But I am currently in Vancouver, the old Pacific Northwest, hanging out, rocking. And see, this is the issue. Watch when he'll go back and forth. Oh, whoa. Now, see, it totally glitched. This is what we're trying to fix right now. It's reared its head a couple ugly times. Actually, it's kind of nice that I just showed that because that is a major focus moving forward. We want we want those animals to move smooth. We don't want to, and I don't know what happened there with that, something else, but they're really paying a lot of attention to this. I feel like the team has a great stride at the moment. Big focus. The QA is a QA team. I always talk so highly of them. because I see what they're doing. I see what they've how they sniff things out. It blows my mind how they figure some of this stuff out. It's not a job I could do, but that's one of the things they are working on. Look at these. Really? Okay, I'm going back. Oh, you guys, you're killing me. I missed it all. Let's see it. Here we go. I love this. I love seeing this. From South Africa, Naomi. Very nice. That's right. I remember you saying that. Pennsylvania, Croatia, Scotland here, my man. Cozumel, are you serious? I'm trying to book a trip there. I'm just saying. UK, Mississippi. Nice, Stephen. We're in your backyard, my friend. Leahy, Utah, Green Bay, Wisconsin, Germany. Lots of Germany. Love it. Ruppy, welcome. Zen, what's up, brother? I knew you were from London. Wales, a child who loves wildlife. Georgia, USA. Pennsylvania. Texas, Deutschland. Very nice, Philip. Pennsylvania. Sweden. SWE Hunter, right on. Or Helmer. You said Hunter. Beautiful. Germany. Algeria. Germany. Holy, you guys, we have such an incredible range of folks here. This is just awesome. Man, Rabo, it's just for looks. It is just for looks. That's something I would love to see in game. It is the ghillies actually, shrouding your scent and your visibility. Virginia, dear God, Mississippi. Helen Dirty, that's an odd place to be from. Birmingham, UK. Flat Cap, you're from Birmingham. Oh, you're kidding me. I have a cousin who lives in Birmingham. Brazil, Kansas, Florida, Maine, Finland. Okay, I miss so much Twitch. Oh my God, I can't even keep up to you guys. Germany here. Uncle D, what's up? MD, how you doing, my man? Watelski from Ontario. Yes, I'm aware. Germany, China, Texas. Awesome. China's somewhere we need to go. We really do. Let's face facts. We have this big open. There's all kinds of spaces we need to fill here, in my opinion. Yeah. Just sorry. I'm jumping around here. That's awesome. Saskatchewan, nice. Ditmars, what's up? Iowa. I didn't know you're from Iowa. What was in there? No way, John Rich, 100 Mile. Man, I spent a lot of time up at Ruth Lake. Used to go to Canada as a kid with the family, but I have a buddy that has a place on Ruth right at the very end of Ruth, and it's all greenbelt behind him. Do a lot of hunting up your way. You're in some prime real estate, my friend. Prime real estate. I'll have to remember that. Right on, John. I know you've told me that before, but I'm certain you have. Well, there you go. Look at the reach of this community. And just simply by looking at that reach of the community, it kind of makes sense a lot of where we've gone and why we've gone. But where we're going is what's the question up in the air. It is the elephant in the room. That's not a hint. I realize as I say things sometimes. We're not going to Africa again right now, folks. Possibly in the future, but not quite at this point in time. But there is definitely some areas that I think we need to see fleshed out here. Okay, where is it, baby? That just got me a little bit hyped up. Where's your other cryptic? My man, brother, how are you, sir? Good to see your name, my dude. Can we expect a new crossbow? Like, less heavy? I mean, can we expect it? Nothing. Truthfully, nothing's expected. It would really come down to how much the community is asking for it, right? Because did you just jump in the water? Hey, where you going? Oh man, you ever watch that stream with Doe Slayer where the dang thing wouldn't sit still and he couldn't grab it? Sorry. One of my favorite moments of floaters in Call of the Wild. Can render be class 7? Make them bigger, really? I often see people wanting them a little bit smaller. That's interesting. Maybe somewhere in Asia, I would love to see that. I would. Just added this to the feedback form. It'd be nice if the air rifle had decreased spook raise. 100%. So there is actually already a post in there that you should lend your voice to and upvote to, because I do believe that is something that makes sense. It's like using a bow in essence. It's quieter, just like 22, the air rifle. These should all have less. You're gonna go back the other way now, aren't you? Okay, let's just go ahead. Look, if it's your first time here, I'm just gonna apologize in advance. I know I get a little worked up when I see these things, but I got so many diamonds back in the day, back when we created herd management. diamonds lost some luster, and then I stopped. And now that's my go-to, man. And I get excited, and I can't help it. And I'm trying to calm down here before I go ahead and we pick this bad boy up. It's a freaking diamond. Let's go. Containing myself. Nice, nice. Nice rounded number with a 269.89. He the big boy. He the big boy right there. That's beautiful. That is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. Look at the wonky. It's just, well, it's not really wonky. Yeah, looked like it at first. There's some pretty interesting racks you could get. That's awesome. Love it. Oh, that feels good. All right, let's go ahead and we'll taxi this bad boy. Yeah. I'm gonna have a grin on my face for the rest of the stream. They're one of my favorite species. Let's face it. I think many would agree whitetail are one of the best species. Period. IRL or digital version. Yeah. Although I have more mule deers IRL than I do whitetail. But definitely high on my list. There it is. Can we just, this is the rest of the stream. Let's just chat. You're not getting better after this, right? You know, more levels and improvements of breathing when you hit max level. I like the idea. Now, hear me out on this, chat, and it's something I would, if you guys are behind it, I think you should run with it, right? Because I can't make the suggestion in the form of a post in the Discord, and it has been talked about. But I really like the idea of a prestige, right? Like, we're thinking of, like, you know, I mean, a lot of games have done it. You know, there's a ton of games out there. You hit max level, you hit the prestige, and you get a little something for it. Why not another skill point or two? One skill, one perk. Is it worthwhile to do that grind to 60 again? Right? Having that chance to restart your progress. You know, I'd imagine if you did something like that, it would hold on to your lodge just as if you hit a new game. And just to confirm, because I've actually had a lot of questions lately from newer players that have reached out to me. When you hit the new game button, you retain all of your DLCs, you retain all of your trophies in your trophy lodge, but all of your progression is reset. Meaning you start right back at the very beginning of your levels. You don't have any gear unlocked. You start with that 243 and all that starter equipment. Although the 243 is kind of an endgame rifle still, but nonetheless, I digress. That's terrible. I've been waiting to use that, okay, to just never find the right time. But I think that honestly, I think there's something to explore there, and I would love the community to get behind that. The idea of a prestige, just to offer a few more skill points or perk points, I see that often. Now, I know that the reason why, and I've inquired about this to our designers, I've spoken to our lead designers about this, and just wanting to know kind of what the dealio is and what the thought pattern is, the process. And it's about game balance, the reason you don't get a whole bunch more. Don't want to make a super hunter. I mean, we do, but you don't. I personally tried it with my dev controls, but I got to try it a while back during the creator early access, where we just gave all the creators everything. Said, here you go. You got unlimited money, skills and perks and everything are set to 99, max everything out, and the feedback was kind of the same. It wasn't very fun. So there's a balance there. Anyways, I like the idea of the prestige system. I'll move off it. Taxi dad joke. I'm sorry, but I am a dad. When I signed the wedding certificate, my marriage certificate, that was actually, in my mind, the dad humor agreement. Yeah, that was a beautiful buck, wasn't it, John? Love to be able to zero my rifle on my own. You can. Do you mean a more detailed process of zeroing? Is that what you say? Stop barking at me. The fox are awful lot of fun. Man, we didn't have very good follow-ups with this guy. Or this gal. Let's go ahead and let's get you. Oh, see, I still want to go down here. Little changes affect my muscle memory. Since you were busy before, I asked again, have you ever thought about rebalancing some perk skills since most of them don't see any use at all by anyone? Do you want to explore some of that? I actually have, I had two separate people, maybe they put each other up to it, ask me to go through skills and perks on this stream. And a lot of it is it's personal preference, it's style of hunt, but that's a good segue into it. And yes, there's always a thought of, do we need a rebalance? I think that there's definitely some word to be weighed in on that, but maybe in a moment here, let's go see if we can find this thing. If it's an albino on the ground, it's worth tracking down here, and we'll look at these little buggers. It's just I can see them in the distance. They're teasing me, and then we'll take a look at our skills and perks, and we'll give it to you from a fresh perspective. I know we have a lot of new players that are actually right now currently in chat, but a lot of new players that have been asking a lot of these questions. Now, I know a lot of our creators, including myself on my YouTube channel, have got guides up on it. I love to do restarts, and so I've really spent a lot of time with this. I'll give you my thoughts. But, you know, there are some skills and perks that don't make a whole lot of sense. Well, it's just a female, but I'm still pretty happy with it. You know, we all know that there's some beautiful multi-mounts where you can make use of the female species, and it's nice to have a rare to fill in those spots. So we'll go ahead, we'll pick this up. Man. This is not something you're going to want to put in the freezer, at least not most of it, because that would be ruined, man. Absolutely ruined. But we did the trick. We got it. We took it down. Let's go ahead and taxi that just to stick her in the lodge. Go ahead, right on. An albino and a diamond at the first lake we moved to. Man alive. Oh, man. Okay, so let's do this. Let's actually go and hold on to some of those good questions, guys. We'll spend maybe 5 minutes here. We'll go over this. And because I think this would be really, really useful, very helpful for a lot of players. Let's maybe move. Let's move east. We'll go with a walk. All right. Now, skills and perks you only get a limited amount of, and it's important how you choose what you're going to take, and it will cater to your hunt depending on the style of hunter you are. Now, arguably, they're already split up for you, stalker and ambusher, although you really want a combination from both trees to be an effective hunter. We'll go into the perks in a moment. They're entirely different, and really the two need to complement each other. Now, I should also mention before moving along here, at level 37, okay, and I saw some confusion on our Facebook group talking about this, and I think it was Reddit where I saw it recently as well. Some new players were asking about it. At level 37, the progression changes. You get one skill or perk point every 3 levels, and it alternates. So you need to keep that in mind because things really do slow down, and that is by design. It's not a glitch in the matrix. There's no issues there, but that is by design. All right, so getting into skills. There's certain ones that everybody, it's just become a staple, and that replies to the comment of some just aren't used. But let's talk about this. Now, you can reset your skills. It gets more expensive the more skills you get. So as you can see where I'm at right now, we're about 39K to do a reset. Now there's some skills that you can pick up that help you get money. Personally, I'm not a fan of them. Are you going to make enough money to pay for a reset and then make out ahead? I think there's more useful. So let's talk about this. Okay, got a little stroll here. Spotting knowledge. Absolutely, 100%. You want 3 of 3. This gives you all the information you need to be an effective hunter. You have no choice but to use Scent Tinkerer to get there. Extremely important. But these tiers open up with a number of points put into the previous tier. So not only by dumping these in, as you can see, and this is actually quite useful because scents are useful. This makes them useful. Increase the number of uses per canister, saves you money. Increase the duration of all scent lures. That's actually quite helpful, especially if you're going to combine it with something like the electronic collar. And of course, increasing the range of all scent lures, it's huge. Now, increasing the attraction chance. There's been arguments that you should have that on there. I'll leave that to you. I've toyed with it. I use the lures or the scents passively, or not passively, intermittently, maybe not intermittently, not all the time. It's the best I had. Brain not working. So you decide on that one. But getting 3 into your spotting knowledge is very important. This is going to allow you to get your sight spotting. This is what allows you to see animals down your scope. Super important, super helpful, so you can mark them when you're not see them down your scope. Mark them while looking through your scope. So you don't have to just pull your binos out, mark them, and then quickly get up, because we've all done that when we first started. It's not healthy. It drives you mad. Now, fatal attraction. If you're going to use colors, this is an absolute must. If you're not going to use colors, you probably don't want this unless you're trying to get into the next tier. Honestly, increased chance of attracting animals to your location when using a color is huge. Increase the chance of eliciting a vocalization response. You could do without this, but you need to get into this tier. Now, I'm a big fan of the who's deer. If you're a color user, you should absolutely have this. There's certain animals in game that we as a community have mostly figured out, but we as the developer will not divulge our secrets. That's for you guys to figure out, but I will tell you some of the more commonly known, mostly being the elk color will work for musk deer on Medved. Oh, that's a nice looking tree. And of course, the deer grunt will work for rabbit and just about everything else on latent lakes. This is useful. This is useful, especially when you're leveling and you might not have all the colors, but it also gives you an opportunity to bring in animals that you wouldn't have had a chance to bring in before because they don't like colors. So, kind of a choice on you. Number 2, honestly, level 2. I don't think there's any need for it. I would never spend a point on it. That's up to you. Pack mule, it's a no-brainer. It just 15% doesn't sound like a lot. It makes a huge difference. This is the difference of carrying an extra weapon and maybe an extra scent or med kit, or depending on how you want to work your build out. Maybe you want to bring a tent. Maybe you want to bring a, without having to use a backpack, because never use backpacks. Sorry. I'm a gamer first. I'm a player first. Backpacks absolutely will ruin your experience. They make everything alert super early. But hey, who am I to judge? Anyhow, a lot of people I've heard talk about Kenai. It's okay. Honestly, there comes a point where you're going to want to reset to get that point back. Really. Hill caller, I'm not a big fan. Because how often are you hunting next to a lookout? Anyways, and of course, haggle. Some people combine the haggle with the more the merrier, and definitely not sponsored by WinZip. But some people like to combine these. If you're all about the money, this is an option for a grinder who's not going to use colors, who doesn't care about pack mule, who doesn't care about who's deer. That is something that I don't see a lot of people offering that kind of information out. If you're a grinder, you can very well be looking at these. And pack mule is useful by all types of play. Hold on, let's get a look-see here. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost through it. Ambusher. Okay, so let's go here to the ambusher tree. Again, really juicy. You need to get into the spotting knowledge. Arguably the most important. Hold on. Sight stalker. Stalker. We're on stalker. I was on ambusher. Same deal is what I was going to say. Track knowledge is huge, but so is the locate tracks. So you definitely want these. Some people really like this. I'm not a fan of it. Increase your visibility in foggy weather. It really does hide you a whole lot more. And you do get a lot of fog, and you do get a lot of rain, depending on where you're hunting. Questionable. It depends on your build out. No. I really don't think that there should be anything to this. 50% increase in health. How often do you get knocked out? If you do get knocked out often, carry med kits. Very important to get into the track knowledge. Very important to get into soft feet. Soft feet is something that anyone who is going to actually hunt in the game should have. Both levels. It makes a massive difference in your approach and how much noise you make, especially moving through underbrush that gets so loud. I use connect the dots to get into the next tier. Honestly, it's semi-useful. You can see it on your handheld. When you get confused, when there's a lot of tracks around you, it does help sort through it. But it's to get me in here to get to improvise blind and to endurance. Do I really need to say much about them? Endurance, that's that heartbeat calm down. Really helps with your follow-up shots, your quick movement, stop, shoot. And of course, improvise blind. Bushes become blinds. Shrubs become blinds. If you're not using that, you're not going to find a lot of pet trees to dip into and make your visibility a lot less. Bear with me, chat. We're almost through. Okay, we're coming up to here. We have perks to get through. Do we go through all the perks right now? Let's go back to chat and we'll come back to perks here shortly. But I hope that helps. that is a quick breakdown, a rundown of what's useful, what's not. And it kind of ties into the comment that was brought up. You see, it depends on your style of play. A lot of those other skills can be useful in the right scenario, and I do hear of people using them, and it really comes down to how you want to play. There is arguably really 3 hunting styles that I could say you could pinpoint and put your finger on currently in the Hunter Call of the Wild. Okay, there's the traditional hunt, right? You're gonna move through the woods. You're gonna find animals kind of organically. You're gonna come across them in their 3 need zones, whether you're hunting and targeting just your drink zones, or maybe you're a little more adventurous and a little more skilled hunter and you're targeting their rest zones, which are some of the more difficult because typically they're already resting when you get there. Although get them to stand up, alert, mill about, but not spook, there's definitely an art to that. And then there is, of course, grinding, which is something we've seen pop up really since the Black Bear Great One. It's definitely taking a permanent seat in our community. It's if you're into that type of hunt, it's a lot of fun, and it's kind of min-maxing to a certain extent. And then there's the run and gun, right? Run and gun is more of an opportunist hunter, and with those 3 styles, we have to cater to them all. We have to acknowledge that this is how people like to hunt. And then there's the 4th, which would be the ambush hunter, which is working different need zones, and it works really well with rest and feed zones, getting into those zones a half hour before the zone comes up into a tree stand or a blind or a tripod. Another style, bird hunter. Fowl would be another, but I guess that's more a blind hunter in that sense, right? Endurance was a game changer for you? Yeah. A drone to scout around you. I see how it's abused in other games. Could you imagine when you're a trophy-driven game? Could you imagine having a drone? That would be something else. I want to see Snow Fox and Ox, Jaxie. What do you think, Greenland Map? Can you confirm? I would love Ox. Oxen are big on my list. They are. They really, really are. That's why I'd like a Greenland map. I'm just saying. Apparently they have some really cool oxen there. Snow Fox. I think Snow Fox would be cool. I think they would definitely belong on a map that's catered to Arctic or something along those lines, which is a very popular upvoted reserve in Discord. I've missed so much chat. A lot of dumb perks and skills just to waste of a point. I mean, that's your opinion, right? But there's some people that would disagree, and we try to cater to all those types of views. But I really feel like there's a very defined line in which we follow, right? Would be cool to see more choices added, right? I don't know how you would do that. That's something I'm sure our designers would have a lot of fun with. Let's see. We are nearing the end of the drink time because I took my time and did a little walkabout. I don't see anything here. Kind of nowhere near. It's like where we started. Well, let's go over. We'll take a peek at the bigger lake. It's often the better of the two. We're going to spook anything that's right here, unfortunately. Oh, South Africa would be sick. Yeah, it would be. I need snakes as well. I am very much, I am an open-minded kind of guy. You guys have swayed me on other points. You really have, like squirrels. I was never interested in squirrels in this game. Not to say that I wouldn't support it. Very much am that guy. But if I don't want something, I fully get behind what the community wants. But snakes, it's interesting. That's interesting. I don't even know how you would hunt snakes. Imperial Gaming, actually, there's a reason why a lot, and the vast majority of companies don't do a roadmap. And and the reason we don't mainly is because we try our best to create alongside what the community is asking for. But what we have found, and many other companies have found, it's something that I think a lot follow nowadays, is creating hype too early creates expectation, which often leads to disappointment. And like those expectations happen organically from within the community. We're done on this drink zone. Dang it, I wanted to check out the rest of this. I suppose we could quickly. I don't have a tent with me, which is unfortunate. But it's a tough one. I would love to do a roadmap, but I know a lot of our devs would too. But that's the biggest risk. I mean, we showed you guys, it was Reventuli, a month and a half early, whereas we normally show those maps a month beforehand. The voice was loud that it was too much too soon. The hype started to die. So, yeah, we've adopted the, okay, all right, we will wait until we're closer to divulge it and to release it. It does create the hype. But it also allows us, if we need to make changes along the way, it allows us to do so. Again, without I so need a dirt bike to hit this, man. Without creating those false expectations. It's a tough one, man. It is. We just want to tell you everything we're doing. But not everyone shares the same views on it all. And, you know, if you can avoid upsetting and disappointing, you know. It's tough, though, and I agree with you, Imperium. I'm right there, brother. I want to be able to tell you, we're doing this, this, and this. But rattlesnakes in Mexico. Thoughts on other Africa? I've shared those thoughts a lot. I would love it. Team would too. But if we were to tackle another Africa, it's got to be done right. And like, doesn't it need to include the big five? I think we've established ourselves enough in the pretense that this is a game, and through our storytelling we can make things happen that you wouldn't do in the real world setting. And I think that's been accepted. We need to stay true to ethical hunting. That's a mission of ours in stepping out on this. It's hard because maybe there's some unethical practices, but that's not by us, that's by the community. Okay? If you want to shoot deer in the head, if you want a mass kill, that's on you. But I think we've done a good job at that, and through our storytelling, that could be a possibility. Because I know that was the big thing. I heard people, you know, for quite some time, EW will never add elephants. Well, there was a stance at one point because there wasn't really, we weren't solidified on our views. There is always that possibility now. Whether we do it or not, that's a tough one. I miss the Easter egg hints. Yeah. The problem with those, Dave, is that we had to patch them in and we had to patch them out. And so that meant that there's a big lead time. And if things started getting found before we moved into Clue season, it had some adverse ill effects. So, yeah, I miss those, though. It was so unique, right? It really was. And I joined as a community manager with Expansive Worlds, and I remember doing the hints we did them for Mississippi, we did them for Rancho, and it was fun. Yes, I see you over there. I see you. Where are we going here? Where are we going? Let's get down to this lake. Golf course with gators. Oh, Tucker Brost, if I had one personal addition to the game, if I could pick just one out of everything, and let me tell you, I hear everything the community has put out there, and there's so many great ideas. I'd love to get behind this or that or the other, but my one big ask would be non-typicals. It truly would. I think non-typicals would offer more. An incredible hunting experience. That excitement you get when seeing a diamond or a great one, imagine with a big old non-typical. Oh my God. Shooting sticks, yes. Or was this? This is the part of the stream where we divulge into our wish lists, and hit me with it, folks. Hit me with it. Spear hunting in Africa or South America. Snakes would actually be really cool to add some danger. We'd love more dangerous animals than I see. And you know what? Okay, so something sums. I'm going to agree with you. I actually really like when an animal attacks me and goes aggressive. And there was a time when I thought that's what everybody wanted. One thing I have learned is it is really a split decision in the community. Some venomously don't want venomous animals, don't want things to attack them, and avoid the maps that have those predators. So it's a tough one. But I like the possibility of having that on certain maps and not on others. But I'm with you. I did get the albino. I did. Welcome back, Ocean Growth. Thank you, dude. Jumbo, what's up, brother? How you doing, my man? Why would you give all of us a hint? I would give you a hint if I was allowed, because I love you guys, and I'm a player first, and yeah, the hardest part of my job is not giving hints. So I would totally give you a hint. I'd like a UK map with boar, great one, possibly new way of hunting them. Driven at hunt drives would be cool. Okay, so we just push that off these shores. Hopefully there's some on the other side. Right? I came to this side because the wind sucks and it's the best spot for me to have. Are we going to grab a zone here? Is that what this is? Let's just take a looky. Take a look-see. I didn't change the time. I went and did all that and didn't change the time. I'm too distracted by your questions. Shelvinator, good to see you. Welcome, welcome around. I was looking for something from you that I heard you were going to do. Might be too late now. Probably Asia, not Canada. Why would you think that? We need portable watercraft. What was your reaction when you heard what a new map is? Oh man. Can I comment on that one? I'm going to try. My first reaction was, really? Okay. Like, that was my first reaction. Then it was, are we going to get, you're kidding me. And so that's what you have to go with. I'm not even joking. When we get to the point where we can talk about it, when we can start showing it, it will be a lot of what? I'm sorry? Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Why are you still here? They're hanging out. Well, that happens. Half hour early, half hour late, hour early, hour late. Some animals get up to bears, hour and a half to come in. I know. I'm being careful. Let me see. Survey Northern Red Mountain Jack. That would be cool. That would be cool. It could be on a caucus map. Yeah. Let's go. Florida with snake, iguana, and beavers. I 100% think a great one needs to be behind a paywall, and here's why. Let's say a great one lion, someone wants to buy a DLC, doesn't know which one, so they ask others, can I get after map? You know what? So I'm not going to disagree with you in the fact that I think great ones can be behind paywall. I mean, we're talking $7 or $8 paywalls here if we want to be completely honest. But there comes a point where we simply have to start including, if we're going to continue doing great ones, we have to start including different great ones for maps that because there's only 2 base maps, right? So yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I don't think that we need to set out and say this has to be behind a paywall. I do like the idea of accessibility. I think I am going to take one of you fine ladies over here just because you're there, and there's no males hanging around in that one right now. So India would be a great map at a different biome we don't have right now. I would love to see that. Kodiak Island would be cool. Yeah, it would. Should be setting to turn aggressive low, medium, high. That's hard to do. Penny board. That's actually hard to do. And I think you may see some complaints for some hunters because there's a thing in the community about getting things legit and such. So imagine if you're trying to get yourself a diamond wolf and you just turn the settings way down. That makes it a whole lot easier, right? But I mean, I'm with you. It would be a nice addition to have. Just give him a couple. Just so it's worthwhile walking over there. Got a little bones in the pocket. My first reaction to the next great one. I can neither confirm nor deny that there is another great one coming. Yeah. You guys are good. You know how to entice. That's for dang sure. Oh, boom, you're dead. You just yeah. But is it on Earth? T. I mean, I like the idea of a moon map. Oh, jeez. So if you know what new map is, you should be able to tell us the players who actually support. That's not how that works, Roger. I mean, I could tell you, and then I would no longer be employed with the company because there's other reasons why these things don't get divulged. It's the same as other games in this genre do. They wait until it's in a showable state when they can actually hype it up close to the release, so that way it kind of works out. Oh, you guys. Oh, do we have a... Are you glitched? I don't feel right about it. We're going to remove this zone. But don't worry, they'll still come back to this lake if that herd remains intact. Yes, that's not how this works, right? That's right, Steve. Appreciate you. You got my back. How can you fix it when you have every zone, but the deers are not responding as you should? I'm doing a great one grind for whitetail. They're not responding like they should. What up, Banana? How you doing, my friend? There can be reasons. Now, I can't stress enough. Please do not kill a bunch of animals, jump out of your map to the main menu and jump back in. It can screw up your in-game save and the progression of your respawns. Don't do this. And I find a lot of times when I see a comment like that, there's something happening because there's a lot of misinformation that is spread out there. And it's, just because you dirty. Oh, yeah, yada. We're going to pick these up since I'm already there, and then we'll run back and grab those. We got floaters, baby. So, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. And a lot of it is working as intended, and I can't speak on the mechanics behind it. But again, it's because of misinformation that's out there as to why this is all misconstrued and misunderstood. Just remember, respawns are not guaranteed. Lung butter. It better be. They just stood there. Respawns are not guaranteed to return to the point of where you shot them. Those days are long gone. There is more to the AI. And I find that the vast majority of our core community, those that interact with us on the regular, are still under the impression that they're going to be there, that it's going to go back to that herd, and quite often that doesn't happen. The problem with working on and visiting all of your zones is your animals have a chance when they respawn to go to any of those zones. So if you're on a grind, keep it more localized. Don't go and do this whole find all your zones and go here. That's the long way of doing things. We need a great one on that map. Shotzi, what's up? We could end up with a great one bear or a great one whitetail on here. This is a great map if you really want to get after your whitetail. It's actually not bad for bear either. I think the black buck needs to be on another map. Yeah, black buck. I think axis would be nice to see spread around a little more. At least, they're not just stuck, but nonetheless. Okay. A little bit of money. A couple grand. It's worthwhile coming to the spot, but oh, I can't believe the time. It ticks. Let's bounce over to the opposite side. Well, smooth move, not entirely. It's just like how we thought for the longest time that the need zones in our game were the holy grail. They were you must protect them at all costs, and you absolutely need these. And that's just simply not the case. And as time goes on and communities figured out more, the whole mentality starts to change on that. And a lot of that has to do with HM, right? There's a lot there still yet to be learned. I love water buffaloes and EC, Caitlin. That would be awesome. Yes, and you're not alone in your mass additions. Honestly, a lot of people have said the same thing right from release, and I'm there as well. I think they would be a great addition. That brings up the topic of backfills, actually, and we're running out of time here. I would love to see what chat has to say about this. I have missed so much. What do you... Oh. Oh, thank you. Yeah. close that off a little and get rid of that. I didn't see it because the box was highlighted and outlined. I've been getting constant pokes. Your green screen's bleeding through. I appreciate you. There it is again. We're back to the 1250. I don't even know about this. And I am like, there's not much that escapes me on the Hunter. I'm going to tell you right now. I am passionate. Extremely passionate about hunting. And this is my virtual escape. Something has changed. Is everybody else feeling this? Is everybody else experiencing this? I never get down to that 250. It progressively, is over time, it's supposed to reduce. It's interesting. Anyhow, let's go ahead and let's move this to... Actually, let's go this way. It was a 1250. No, it would go down in a tent to 250. Tents were the cheapest to change time. Okay. All right, I gotta get caught up, man. Let's see. More DLC with modern weapons. Barrel, Gilly, MP5. That would be pretty cool. I would love to see that. One of the March DLC is. Oh man, there's something really juicy there. I'm just gonna say it. There's something really juicy. I can't wait. Jackson EW needs to make a survival game. That would be pretty damn cool. Oh my god, yes please. One of my favorite genres. Didn't see KC and all that. Actually, since he's not since leaving the program. How much does resting cost now? I know it's weird. It's weird. Something's changed there. Some sausages in Australia and everything. Yeah, it would be pretty cool. I miss so much, man. It's pricey when you do grinds you send often. Yeah, it really does. Because people used to wonder way back in the day, before herd management was really a known thing, when I started it there, and I used to do all these little mini grinds. I was always changing my time. Like, why don't you have much money? Because I blow it all changing times, man. Used to get the gears for that. You don't need to change the time so much. Well, different ways to hunt. Repton 7600 pump rifle, 5-shot. Ooh. Yes, sir. That would be fun. Because currently our buckshot kind of sort of sucks, right? Let's face facts. It would be nice to have some sort of addition there. All right, 8:50 in the morning. Oh my goodness, I only have 5 minutes left. This is not fair. Oh, need a Jaxie stream. I know. I need to. I have a lot I'm working on right now. Once I get this done, I've like straight up. One of the things that's really taken time, and a lot of you who've applied, don't worry, just because you haven't heard from it, it's because I spend a lot of time on this, is our moderator applications. We got them out for the Hunter Discord. We got them out for the Hunter Facebook group. That Facebook group is 115K members strong. And so I'm kind of bouncing between that. I'm interviewing some folks, and I'm researching. Looking at online presences and stuff, just to see. I'm just saying. We gotta be sure, for sure. All these things creep me out. I forgot all about it. I don't know what it is. Give me the heebie-jeebies. God. Man. What are the plans to fix all those million bugs? I'm not gonna read a comment like that. I'm sorry. Because that's simply not the case. There's issues, just like every game. And through the help of our community, we squash them and we work on them and we do the best that we possibly can. But a comment like that, sorry. The amount of time that I spend chasing bugs, I'm reporting to QA, and we literally have QA that does nothing but that. I'll try not to be offended by a comment like that. But truth be told, it's a major focus for our team. Major focus. Bugs bother us. They bother us. Gotta guarantee Diamond Bison and Sniphead Female got in front of my shot and I lost the resting zone. That's okay. He'll still be in that area. If he's moved off from that zone, if you pushed him to another zone, he'll still be within that area because home range is a thing. That's what's important, knowing where they will be. You'll find them, my friend. Oh my goodness, chat flew. Price doesn't do that on PlayStation. Interesting, man. The tents go down to 188. They are the cheapest option. Right, I said 250. That's the lodges go to 250. But yeah, it's crazy, right? And I don't know why that change came to be. It's something that I want to investigate. are. Let you boys go. I'm actually looking for the whitetail that I sometimes get right here in the... Oh my god! Oh, you son of... Oh! Shit! Apologies. Had to lay down some lung butter, baby. Holy! I did not expect that. That completely caught me off guard. So much so, I had to pull out my Easter rifle. Because your holidays are done, buddy. Wow. That absolutely made me jump. I'm not embarrassed, you are. Kind of want to put you in the lodge just for keepsake. Nothing to see here, folks. Move along. Man. Oh, trophy shots. Yes, please. Somebody, please. Keep bumping that. Keep working that up. I think trophy shots. Okay, well, that happened. Right. I know. Ah, jeez. And then the spin on it, right? You get your rifle out. I brought the Malmer out because I wasn't messing around, man. I wanted that extra oomph up close and just slam that thing. Holy. That wakes you up in the morning. What a note to go out on. Well, we never found the whitetail that are to the south. But if you're looking for a good time, might not be a long time, head on over to Mississippi. Have a little fun with it. If you haven't played it since release, due to the feedback we had from our community, we reduced the rain on the map. Although I now see people want more rain on it again. There's a lot to do here. It's really... I personally feel Mississippi is right on lines with Hirschfelden. The veterans, the professional hunters, if you will, oh, baby, are going to absolutely get after these maps. It's going to be one of their favorites. It is definitely not for the timid, not for the weak. Come on, did we hit him? I don't even think we did. Don't even think we did. Sure burnt through some ammo. Man alive. Jeez. I was hoping he was going to come to me to take us out on, but it is what it is. Oh, man. What up, Shredder? How you doing, brother? Still don't get the Hypo Raptor 2.0. Well, because the big five, I would say. But, keep in mind, you're a phenom when it comes to making map suggestions over on your TikTok channel. Like, you have some incredible ones, so I get that. Oh, man. Welcome, Biffin. You got us right at the end, my man. I still can't stop that. Don't clip that. Nobody clip what happened. It didn't just happen. Nothing happened. It's fine. We just came from the tent. Everything's good. Folks, thank you all for coming to join us. This is leading into the calm before the storm. We have some very exciting things coming down the line. I can't wait. Breathe, Jaxie. Breathe. I can't wait to be able to start sharing this stuff with you. I can tell you in the intern, the first thing you're going to see is some fun events, some really cool cosmetics attached to these events. I hope that you guys do enjoy this stuff. It's something our team has really, really started to embrace and enjoy doing with these cosmetics. I really like that we're tying a lot of them to seasonal events. They're free. Yeah. Show your support. Let us know in the Discord. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you impartial? Let us know. Keep the conversation going. Discord is absolutely the best place to make that happen. We read all of your feedback and suggestions. The good, the bad, the ugly. So do keep in mind, you are talking to humans. And you catch more bees with honey, as the old saying goes. I'm just saying. Give us the follow, hit the subscribe, hit that like, do it with two heads if you gotta. Come and join us tomorrow for some angler action. Got something juicy for you. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hope to see you all there. We're here every Tuesday for a hunt, every Wednesday for a fish. We're in the Discord and the Facebook groups at all times. Come and hang out, get involved. Thank you for your support, my friends. We'll see you all very, very soon. And if there's buttons to be pushed, I'm just gonna push those buttons. See you tomorrow. Much love. from your bearded brother. Oh, man. Y'all know what the hardest part of my job is, right? You know?